chemistry, I think. So, and you can kind of feel it. So, good energy so far. Yeah, it's great. I mean, Gus has done a really good job, and Gus is a really good coach. He's won pretty much everywhere he's been, and you kind of look at this team in the Big 12, and we kind of talked about this on the show. The Big 12 is so unpredictable. There's just a lot of really good teams. Anyone could beat anybody, and we're kind of like, why not UCF? They have an offense that's running the crap out of the ball, and a great atmosphere, great home environment. So I think it's just about building. You have the teams in the Pac-12, Utah, Colorado, obviously Arizona schools. So the conference is definitely competitive, but there's historically, I mean, UCF has been really good in the last 10 years, right? When they had a couple of those good years with Scott Frost. So definitely think there's something to build here with Gus.
What stands out to you watching film about the offense and specifically running the UCF performance?
I mean, they just, even last week when they were down, you still, I mean, KJ made plays in the pass game, to bring them back, but they still commit to the run, man. Like, that's just what they do. And Gus is great with that. The thing on film is just that the backs are really, really good, and KJ is just an absolute beast running the football. I mean, look, I was a pocket passer, I couldn't run, but you watch him and he makes enough plays in the pass game, but just his ability with those running backs, it makes them tough. It's tough. You force the defenses to have to wears them down, especially here in the heat and all that. Like, that has an advantage for UCF, especially tomorrow. But yeah, they're a lot of fun to watch on film for sure.
As a player, how do you think it is adjusting to the heat? I mean, you just mentioned a couple minutes ago that you're personally acclimated.
Well, yeah. I mean, you look at the way they run the ball defensively, right? For Colorado, like, you got to get off the field, or else it'll be a long day. I mean, you're going to get tired. You better have a lot of depth, and that's something Colorado doesn't have a ton of. And then you look at someone like a Travis Hunter, who we had Travis Hunter at TCU last year in Texas. It was really hot. It was like this. He ended up playing both. He had his typical game, but that just can wear you down. You know what I mean? So that definitely does give an advantage to UCF. They're used to the heat. They understand how to probably handle it a little better. At the end of the day, it's football, and you just go out there and play. But that definitely, I think, gives the Knights an advantage in this one.
You mentioned the big.
He's one of the best. I mean, he's one of the best backs in college football. I think he's showing that. Watched last week's film. He's just talented. And in this system, he's going to get a lot of carries, going to get a lot of yards. And games like this, where there's a lot, there's prime time and a lot of eyes will be there. These are chances for kids like that to kind of showcase what they do on a national stage. I think that's what's exciting too about these types of games. And for us coming to UCF, they're on the stage to showcase what they can do in the Big 12, and then individually the performances too. So really good, solid back, and obviously I saw him. I think he's somewhere like projected in the top rounds, right? I don't know if it's first check, but he's moving up, yeah. And I think if he continues to play the way he has, he's going to be one of those top backs in the draft.
What do you think about the matchup between Kobe Hudson and Travis Hunter?
Travis Hunter's a dog, man. I said so. Like, I mean, he's good. I think anytime you get a chance to go up against him, who's an elite player on both sides of the ball, it's just fun. You kind of a measuring stick, I think, as a player, and also. But Travis Hunter he's a great kid. He works hard. He's a fantastic player. There's a lot of hype around him. But the thing about him, he's just all ball. He's all business. So I think anyone that gets a chance to line up against him, no matter what side of the ball it's on, you got to take advantage. Like, this is an opportunity because everybody's watching him play. So.
Well, in all three phases of the game, listen, you're a former college athlete yourself. What does it take? Over 100 snaps a game. How on earth do you keep right to do that?
Some kids are just built different, man. Like, he's been doing that. I know he was doing that in high school. He did that all last year. And, like, is it sustainable? I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's done it every week, and like, I think Prime is set, like, he just doesn't get tired. Like, it's just, at some point, maybe at the next level, you can figure it out. But, like, if he's your best player, why not? And he can handle it, why wouldn't he be on the field as much as possible? I mean, that's kind of the way it is. And every film you watch of him, he's 100% every play he's out there, So it's rare. It's rare, and it's really special. Like, he's a really, really, really talented football player.
When you look at KJ Jefferson, do you see any similarities with some other quarterbacks, maybe, with his abilities and his size and their factors?
I think who come like Cam Newton kind of comes, just big guys like that. You know, there's just not a lot. You know, like I mean, there's bigger guys now. Like Josh Allen is a big guy. I think Josh is probably a little more elusive and a different type of player. But what is Cade, 6'3", 250? I mean, that's just a big dude, man. And obviously, he's played a lot of football, his experience, but it's just when you run in this system, when you can run the ball like they run the ball with the backs, and then you add another dimension with a big bruising quarterback, like it's just hard, man. It's hard on defense, and then he does enough in the pass game, which he has so far. Like that's why UCF is dangerous. Now defensively, they need to get better and all that kind of stuff, but as an offense, you can kind of control the game that way. So he's. I remember kind of covering when he was at Arkansas. I was like, man, this kid is, you know, and he had success there too. This kid's a big back. He's talented, and he's making the most of this year so far.
You mentioned the national stage. Colorado receiving a ton of publicity now. But what could this matchup do for UCF?
Kind of the same. Like these are one of, like, conference play is exciting, and this time, so to answer, Colorado last year started 3-1, and then they spiraled, and then they finished 1-8. You know, a team, this for them is like one of those games, right? And then for UCF, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, I don't think a two-loss team from the Big 12 is making a college football playoff unless they win the conference. It's so unpredictable. There's a lot of parity in this conference, which I think is exciting. So every week it's a tough game. But like I like UCF's chances as well as anybody. I don't know. I believe in teams that have an identity and know who they are, and that's exactly, they know who they are. And a game like this, like I said, it's on a national stage. Everybody everyone is glued to Prime in Colorado because of the aura around that program, and they're playing well right now. Like, this is an opportunity for UCF to kind of take advantage of, hey, this stage, everybody's going to be watching this game. Let's prove that we belong in the mix, you know. And it's still early, there's a lot of ball left, but these are those games that you kind of like. You have to win these types of games where you're kind of even to kind of propel yourself and make that next jump in conference play. So that's why it's good. It's a big game, man. So
I'll ask you, obviously, what does it mean to come to UCF for the first time and to be in Orlando and bring the show down? I think it's the farthest south you guys have ever been before.
Yeah, I mean, it's great for me. I just had to take a little car ride from Delray, so, you know, I love that. It's like a home. For me, I didn't have to get on the plane or nothing. So that was great. And then obviously coming to a campus we've never been to, always love to, you know, expand the Big Noon brand and just bring excitement. You know, our show is about the energy, about the fans. So to be able to come to a place where they're excited to have us, I think that's always a plus.
What do you like about this matchup?
Sure, I think it's just a great matchup between two teams. Obviously, I think there's a lot of good playmakers on both sides of the ball. I mean, you talk about RJ Harvey, you talk about Kobe Hudson, then you got Shadur, Travis Hunter. I just think it's so many unique matchups. I think a lot of those guys are special players and some of the best players at their position in the country. So I think it'll be a good game, exciting game, and there's lots of playmakers on both sides of the football. I'm excited to watch.
As a former running back yourself, what are your thoughts on RJ Harvey?
Man, I thought he played running back his whole life. You know what I mean? Just the way he runs the ball, he has great patience, great vision, hesitation. When I watch him run the ball, man, I feel like he has natural instincts to run the ball. I think he's a Sunday player, man. I'm really impressed with his running style. Obviously, he's been, you know, the lead bell cow for this offense, and they're gonna need him tomorrow for sure.
Personally, is this your first trip to UCF?
Yeah, my first trip to UCF.
What's been your immediate impressions, kind of being around the campus?
Shoot, it's nice. It's really nice. You know what I mean? And you know, I've always heard about the football program. I played with some guys who played here, and but never been stepped foot on campus. And I'm actually impressed with the campus. It's really nice, and students are walking around. It's a beautiful day, sun's out. So my first hour here, so obviously looking forward to seeing more of it throughout the day and into tomorrow.
Mark, you mentioned that there's a bit about building up the Big Noon brand, but by extension, you guys are here. You have an opportunity to kind of build up both the rebuilds for Colorado and UCF. What is it? What do you enjoy about spreading the gospel as it is here, and then helping schools that may be a little underserved get a little bit more notice?
We want to celebrate this game and the athletes that play it. So any chance there's a reason to come, and there's a big reason to come. This is a great matchup between two really good teams, exciting players, two good coaches. We want to celebrate that. We want to celebrate the players and the skills that are out. They're going to be on display tomorrow. So anytime we get the chance to obviously spread the Big Noon brand, come to UCF, you know, a place who probably doesn't get the love that they should get, I think that's a win-win, because we want to celebrate the game and the players that play, and we're nothing without these players, we're nothing without these schools, we're nothing without the fans that come support us. So be able to spread the love, give love, be shown love. It's a win on both sides for sure.
With the big matchup coming up, how do you think the atmosphere is going to be?
I think it's going to be crazy. I mean, I've just been seeing on social being posted and blowing out everywhere. So I think they're expecting a big crowd tomorrow, and obviously we're looking forward to that. So obviously anytime Colorado comes to town, that's going to bring people out. And obviously UCF's undefeated, so they have a shot to, go win the Big 12 and have a chance for, one of those bids in the playoffs. So obviously the energy will be electric, and the urgency will be, high for sure.
Mark, did you have any sort of familiarity with Gus Malzahn? Obviously, Gus had his time at Auburn, but did you ever cross paths with him at some point?
Just Alabama, Auburn. Other than that, not really.
Mike, I got to ask, you're a running back yourself. From your perspective, there was a statement, I'm going to paraphrase a little bit, where Coach Prime said that you got to throw everybody and your mom in the box.
Even his mom, he said even his mama going to be in the box.
Yeah, if you're a running back and you hear that, how much are you looking your shots? I mean, that's a big opportunity for any running back to succeed, right?
When everyone's in the box, obviously it's a challenge because there's going to be less space to run, but that's why it's a team game. And you have to be able to rely on some of those playmakers on the outside to win their matchup, make some big plays on the outside, so they have to back up and get out of the box a little bit. But anytime they stack the box, it's a challenge. That means they respect you. That means they respect the run game. That means they're putting their emphasis on stopping you because they know how important you are to the success of the team. So you got to run hard, be patient, don't force anything, take what the defense is giving you. Because at some point, that a hole is going to crease, that defense is going to crease. You got to be on point so you can take advantage of the opportunity. So. It's always an honor and a privilege when they want to stack their resources to stop you.